McCoy, are you there?
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I thought I was still in the back.
No, you're on stage, bro.
Oh man, that's what's up,
Dude,
man. That boy.
drop the knowledge, man. Let us know.
Yeah. Oh no. So I'm talking about so Curtis Yarvin, and remember, I'm like somebody who don't know shit. But from what I was told, they said that like the idea that he created, because he's a lot of people I don't know. I guess this guy has books. He has a lot of writings and things like that showing the world that he believes in, and they compared it. They said the best way to think about it is the movie RoboCop. So basically, it's like everybody's living in certain bureaus with heavy, with a heavy police presence. Damn near a police state. Um, and I don't know how long this guy's been. I don't know how long it's been a thing, but I was really hoping that you knew. That way you could just kind of, explain that shit in 30 seconds. That way I can understand.
Well, I mean I've heard his name before, but I've never listened to
Mm.
any of his content. I've listened to
Uh,
it,
I don't know if
now.
it, I don't. Yeah, I don't know if he has. I mean, other people's content, but this guy really has books. One thing that I saw funny. He was recorded getting up out of a taxi, like walking, just looking so awkward when he got out of the taxi, and then people noticed him, and so they kind of started following him, trolling him a little bit, and then they said, "How here you go. Here's some quarters for you. Go ahead and pick them up." And as he's crossing the street, they're throwing quarters and pennies at him. I was like, man,
Uh,
we live in
do
a
you
different
do you
time.
know what Palantir is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Palantir. I know that Palantir is Peter Thiel and that other homosexual that he's with. I know that's like their
Uh,
baby. But help me understand that. Isn't that what okay, they say that the White House, the government, it's moving too slow. So they want to kind of update it with like some AI and
yeah. So Trump,
Palantir.
the big beautiful bill and all that, it includes stuff about allowing Palantir to create an individual profile for every American, where they just catalog everything about you that they can online, from like
Right.
what you're saying, what you're spending your money on, what your medical history is, like
Yep. Yep.
political affiliation, and
Mhm.
they, I mean, this is the Juice Crew dream, is to be able to use all of this stuff and have it interconnected and have algorithms in place on top of it to completely dictate human behavior
Mhm.
and cut people out of society that don't follow the rules, so to speak, on what's
Yeah.
politically acceptable. So, like,
Mhm.
if you're, uh, let's say you're overweight and you have type 2 diabetes, the way
Okay.
they want it set up is like you go to the store, right? The algorithm knows your bank information, your medical records, and where you're going. And you go into the store and you fat and you've got type 2 diabetes and you go to buy some sodas and some candy. Well,
Mhm.
the algorithm is not going to let you make that purchase because
Oh.
it's going to dictate your behavior and decide that you are a net negative on society because you're overweight and you're costing, money through the medical system and you have type 2 diabetes. That's like a very rudimentary example, but do you see what I'm
No, but I
saying?
get it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of sounds like China, today, modern day China, right? Or is that not right?
Yeah, I think they do something along those lines. I don't know if it's that far gone, like that
Uh-huh.
advanced.
Well, no, it's not that far gone because they kind of do what they deem is best interest for their people. They're not sitting here looking at what's best interest for our people and everybody else, where it's they're in best interest for our people and our property. So
Yeah, I know they do it for like political dissent. I don't know if it's so far down the rabbit hole to where like they control what you can buy at the store for food and stuff like that. But I
Gotcha.
know if you say dissenting stuff online, like post videos or comments about, I didn't like that the CCP does this, or they want to, seize my house and build some new structure. Like, I know they get you in trouble for that, but I don't think it's so far gone to where
Right.
they're, forcing you to lose weight, or they're forcing you to go to, this whatever education class. That's something else they want to do, is they want to set up a system where you get rewarded for participating in online material, like courses, classes. So like if you watch this 5-part series on why the Holocaust was the worst thing that ever happened in humanity, we're going to give you some tokens so that you can then go to the store and get the approved food product.
Mm, mm,
That, like, that's some of the stuff I've been listening to from like these think tanks, and you can find a lot of their
mm.
material
Yeah.
online, and they post a lot of stuff to YouTube. It's on, like, their videos will have like 500 views or something, but
Uh,
this is the kind of stuff they talk about: getting
so
everybody on the grid, monitoring every single thing you do.
so how close are they with because it's fair to say that countries like Germany, they're gone. They've fully fallen, right?
uh I mean, I wouldn't, I don't like to say like anything is too far gone to be saved, but
Okay.
they're definitely, like, the EU, the head of the EU, that woman, I can't, her name something
The
weird, but
one
she,
Talmud
yeah,
is law
she gets
lady.
up, yeah, she says Europe is based on the Talmud or whatever. It's like, that's really
Yeah,
bad. That's
that's
really
a
bad if your
bold
leadership,
statement. Yeah,
yeah, if
that's
your
very
leadership
bold.
is saying that, that's not good. Like, that's really, really bad.
And
Uh,
these people, they will get arrested, and then when they get out of jail, they will take their phones, and be smiling while doing it.
yeah,
So
most people don't
so
understand what's going on. Your average person is just hoping to go home and watch their favorite show, which is programming in and of itself, and that's really it. Like, your average person is not thinking about
right,
like the implications of AI, or uh, like being tracked or whatever. They just don't care. They're very happy
yeah,
with their
some
sports team and their shows.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God, man, it's crazy. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I like my shows. I even like my sports ball sometimes. Uh, but it's really hard. It's really hard to watch practically anything without the influence there. It's just they're smiling at you. It's like uh, it's like the Matrix when everything's in all black and white, and then you see that girl in the red with the balloon. It's like you just see it everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, like, who do you think made that movie?
Well, a couple of trannies from what I heard.
They're Jewish.
Obviously. Oh,
Yeah, like,
well,
they tell you all the time. It's
yeah,
right
I
in your
know.
face, and
I know.
people
I know.
don't, like, I haven't had a TV in like 10 years. I don't watch any of that
Uh,
shit. I don't listen to any of the music. It's all fake and
dang.
programmed. Like, that's all it is. Like, you can find
Uh,
like small time artists, that produce and they're independent and whatever, that are good, but like anything you hear on the radio is there for a reason. And if you
yeah,
listen
and
to the lyrics of it, it's all programming.
how long you think that the music industry has been programmed?
I think since
Think like
probably
since the
like the
Beatles?
60s, yeah,
Yeah.
50s,
Mm,
60s, yeah. I think they've been
mm.
experimenting with a lot of that stuff, and they've got it down
Would
to
you
a
say
science.
so? Would you say the same with movies, like since the
Yeah,
'60s,
for sure, for
'50s?
sure, for sure.
Okay. Because I've been watching a lot of Italian '70s movies. Italian 70 movies from, like, we'll say 72, 73, 74. And you know, it's always the you got the mob, you got the mafia being involved, but the mafia always seems to be kind of like small time. I mean, that's just how they give off. It's small time. So you got the mafia, and then you got the cops that are trying to bust the mafia. But no matter what, in all movies that I seem to watch, there's always like you know Law and Order, right? Law and Order SVU. It's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
no
it's
matter
the
what, no,
storylines are always bullshit.
they're always bullshit. But you know, Elliot and Stabler, they're gonna sit here and talk about vaccine. They're gonna talk about vaccine rights or something like that. So you know, they throw in like this kind of like discussion to make everybody seem like, hey guys, we're talking about real life stuff here. So one thing that I just couldn't get past is like every one of these Italian movies that I'm watching, when the detectives are like over here solving crime, all they're doing is talking about how these kids, these hoodlums, they're being hoodlums and they're joining the mafia because they don't have anything to do in their neighborhood. And then the other officers looking at him stupid and saying, "Are you kidding me? It's not about rich and poor. It's about the rich and the rich." You know, so it's almost like it's been the same conversation for forever.
Well, uh, if you look at the newest Top Gun movie, it was just about dropping bombs on Iran's nuclear
Whoa.
facility.
Okay. See, I
Like,
because I heard that
they,
they kept saying the enemy, the enemy, the enemy, the
yeah, but the
enemy.
way it was framed, it was obviously Iran. Like,
Gotcha.
it was a mountainous Middle East country that's trying to enrich uranium. That's fucking Iran.
And you see Superman, James Gunn pretty much did a pro-Palestinian Superman. Oh man, great stuff.
But they like
Yeah.
everything is fake. Like,
Yeah, I
people,
know.
if you say that to your average normie, though, they have no idea what you're talking about. It never occurred to them that any of this
Yeah,
shit
no, it
is the
does.
way it is for a reason.
Yeah. Like even Lex Luthor, you know, the name Lex Luthor, when Lex in Latin, it means law. So it's like Luther's law. Motherfucking Luther's law is Superman's arch enemy. Kind of sounds like just like Martin Luther. Huh?
Yeah. You know, the P Diddy thing. His mentor, I guess you could say, was Clive Davis, the Juice Crew
Yeah,
executive that was over
right.
him, and he's been busted paying radio stations. I can't remember. There's a term for it, but he was paying radio stations to play his songs from his production company, and you can't do that. But they do that for a reason. For one, it makes them more money because ultimately the songs become popular. But they're trying to get the programming out to as many people as possible.
Mm.
And it's never occurred to anybody that, like, oh, the stuff I'm listening to from Katy Perry about kissing girls or Sabrina Carpenter about being a whore, like, this actually a giant apparatus that's trying to push this onto me so that I behave in a way that's destructive. That's never occurred to the majority of people.
So Fisher, let me ask, how do you navigate in a world like that when it comes to raising children?
I mean, you just got to be willing to tell them no, and you got to be very, very present in what your children are doing and learning at school, and you have to be able to make a ruckus when things are not. Because like your wife is not going to be, as adamant about it, right? She's just going to be
Right.
like, "Why are you pay attention to this and that so much, and why you're overthinking it or you're being paranoid?" But it's like it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
And there's always a chance that it's not going to work out, and your kid's going to end up going through some weird sexual phase or some sort of self-hating whatever. Like there's always a chance. You just have to be constantly committed to paying attention to, like what kind of stuff are they bringing home from school to write about or whatever.
Yeah. Hey man, but going back to the whole Netanyahu thing, um, so you think he's gonna skate? You don't think that this dude is gonna be dethroned, at least get a regime change in
No,
Israel?
not at all. No, not at all. Didn't they just drop
But
the charges on him
see,
because Trump was
they
saying that
did
they
they
should
dro-
drop the
I thought
charges on him?
but they didn't drop the charges. That was just Trump saying some shit. I thought things were still
Let
going.
me
The
let me look real
indictment
quick.
already happened. Yeah, because they drew up the indictment before he went to war. It's like the day before, the day after he went to Trump supposedly dropped those nukes or whatever. And then days after that, that's when his trial started. And then that's when Trump was sitting here talking about they need to drop this case immediately or whatever the.
So I just read it said it's postponed and that they were going to drop the charges, but Netanyahu refused to step down. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Like he's worked too hard for too long to get to where he's at, and he's obsessed with being in charge over there. He was in
Yeah.
charge, and then they put Naftali Bennett in, and then
Uh,
Netanyahu did a little coup and got Naftali Bennett back out and
yeah.
him back in. Like
And,
he's definitely
and then
committed to being in that position.
and then the Israelis, like they are protesting against them. The Israelis don't like him. They kind of see the writing on the wall.
Well, yeah, they're scared that he's gonna push the envelope too much and then get all of them killed.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
I heard in
he
this
could definitely get
last
them killed.
and then I heard in this last election, the election that they had a couple weeks before they went to war, it's like he only won by like just a couple votes. And so it's like so they're trying to get him out of there and he barely won. Um and he went to war right after that. And then because I heard that the Israeli politics, when it comes to Israeli court, it's like they hold people accountable, put them to death for corruption type stuff. I don't know about putting them to death, but it's definitely not a walk in the park like it is out here in the United States.
There's a big. I mean, depending on what you believe when you read, like I'll read stuff on Jerusalem Post or Haaretz or uh, like JPC or whatever it's called. Damn, he just like. Do you see what he's doing right now? He's like almost convulsing.
That's sleep apnea.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We we
They were.
we need Ock to stay alive for a long time. Yeah, go ahead. What are you saying?
Yeah. Um. Damn it! Now I lost my train of thought. I was reading on
Oh
Jerusalem
yeah, you were
Post. I
talking about
think
the
they
Jerusalem
were.
Post. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're having like a big corruption scandal right now in Israel where all these politicians were basically doing like ritualistic like child pedophilia, sex magic stuff and sacrificing children and all that. And a lot of their high ranking people are getting exposed. So basically doing like Epstein type shit. But in addition to it, there's like a religious element where
Mm.
they were ritualistically like sexually abusing children, and all these victims are coming forward, and a lot of
Right.
high-ranking people have been getting names. But that was
Mm.
a trope throughout Europe for hundreds of years that Jewish crew were kidnapping European kids and doing ritualistic sex stuff
Right.
with like religious undertones, and of course the Jewish crew were denying it and saying it's just you're just hating us because we're God's chosen people. But it's funny to see them in their own country even still dealing with the same problem.
Yeah. Right. Right. See, I kind of heard about that. I think I heard about that. That happened. That happened. That was a bust that happened in Israel, or was it something that happened in South America?
No, it's in Israel.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you talking about the thing at
So,
the embassy in South America?
well, I remember that. I knew that, but
No,
that
this
kind
is
of was
going
like
on
a
right
little.
now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's my wife. She's the one who's like real caught up, who, who kind of like pays attention to that side of the globe. So it's like I don't know what's gonna happen, but it seems to me that the only way that Netanyahu stays in power is if he keeps blowing up stuff. And it seems like Donald Trump is fully on board to keep that guy, you know, out from getting held accountable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Honest,
Trump's
yeah,
completely Zionist. Like he was never. I wanted him to win over Kamala just on
yeah,
basically like economics and taxes alone. But
yeah,
I mean, he's always been like had Jewish money in his pockets and cool with them and everything. Uh, so yeah, he's gonna do what they want. He's not gonna put like
do
he's
what's
thoroughly
right.
annoyed with the Epstein stuff at this point because they
Yeah,
keep
should be.
asking about it and we like MAGA, like he is diverted from MAGA, like he's
Mm-mm,
not doing MAGA things, and
mm-mm.
MAGA is trying to hold him accountable, and he thought, oh, these people are supposed to just love me so much, like they're supposed to be cool with it when I do the Zionist stuff, and I'm Trump
Yeah,
and I'm in office, right? This we're winning,
I
right?
know, I
We're
know
not, and we're
that.
not.
I mean, that was just that post that he posted on Truth Social. That was like extremely out of touch. Like, what are you doing? You're blaming Democrats now. What are you
Oh yeah,
trying to
he was like
compete?
he blamed Obama
Yeah.
for the Epstein, like Obama was trying to create a narrative where Trump was
I'm
an
like,
Epstein client.
I'm like, what are you doing? What are you trying to compete for motherfucking Jasmine Crockett or something? Like that shit, man. I was like, all right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And then I didn't like yesterday how Dan Bongino put up this front like he's leaving, and then everybody, and then you got all the MAGA pedo-splaining influencers saying Pam Body needs to be fired. Pam Body needs to be fired. Shut the fuck. Shut up. You know damn well that this has nothing to do with Pam Bondi. But they still want to just sit here and say, hey, come on, guys, let's gang up on Pam Bondi, even though we know she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I've got a ton of stuff I could share with, but this isn't my channel, so I can't just make Ak, play
Yeah,
whatever. But there's a ton of good content just showing, what's going on and whatnot. But
right.
that's not how this works,
Ock, you up?
I was never asleep.
Oh, man, here we go, man.
bro.
Well, welcome
Look
back.
like,
Hey, welcome back to the party, man.
bro. It looked like you were doing some Kanye shit with your mouth there for a minute.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Wow. Wow.
What were you
Wow.
dreaming
Oh.
about?
Oh,
Mm. Mm. Wow. Let's see this.
uh,
Good morning. My name is Lieutenant Ryback with the Las Vegas.
No. Right back. No. Uh. Yeah. I guess no. You want to talk about it? Let me see. Um,
Although 7-year-old Jamal White is now safe,
They got him, y'all.
there are still